Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. I call this channel the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube, and I call this chapstick. This is cotton candy scented and flavored. This is an actual get ready with me. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago, so my eyes are still glassy, like why are you awake? I am very much sleep deprived because I'm nocturnal, so anytime I have to set my alarm to get up to go somewhere, I'm tired. But I'm working down at the Playhouse, and I said, let me just do this look. So we're going to just be real quick as possible, as simple as possible, so that I can get out of here. I'm using the Fenty primer and the Fenty foundation because I tend to not use concealer when I use it, so that's one less step. I already have on the Fenty Brow MVP. The intro, I call this the Crazy Troll Nation. The crazy, just enjoying your channel, enjoying the channels that you watch. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Wear whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Because the bottom line is, first of all, you set the standard for yourself. Did I say that already? Probably, I don't know. But also, what you think about yourself is more important than what other people think about you. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. You rock. You are amazing. Love yourself. Embrace your features. Rock what you want to rock. That's what we do here. And y'all done saw me, if you've been here before, rocking some stuff. And it's like, girl, don't rock that. But we're going to rock it. Good, bad, or indifferent, we're going to rock it. You're gonna wear it and own it. If you're new here, I need to let you know I do curse sometimes in videos, because I curse sometimes, period. I do try to catch myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we'll see, so no promises. But you know. So if I say something and you're questioning if I said it, I did. I really did. And sometimes I say stuff I don't even remember, just like when I was saying a few moments ago about, I don't even remember what it was now. Yo, I am half asleep. I don't even know what's happening. I know I'm doing my face, but I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? Okay, that's oh my gosh. I'm like, where is such and such? And it's sitting like right there. So this is the Fenty Primer Foundation. I wear shade 335. We're going to use, excuse me, the Swamp Sorrows palette again because I'm not sure I'm going to keep it. Yeah, I struggled with it yesterday when I used it. Yesterday is not the day that you saw that look. This is going to be look number 4. I'm going to try and be simple, meaning just do like 3 shades and not do all the things. Because I think the more I try to do with those few shades, it's just like, girl, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and prime the lids. I did pull out the Esum to use. I pulled out Hourglass. Not Hourglass. Oh my gosh. Haus Labs setting powder. The Fenty primer, it does dry down on its own quicker, especially when I use 2 pumps of each, the primer and foundation, which I did use today. But just in case I'm having a sweaty moment or something, I am going to set the face and then put on the Haus Labs blush, bronzer, and highlighter. I am going to still put the Esum one because I'm making sure I use that Esum thing because it was expensive. And you know what? When I hear myself saying that, I think about how I keep saying, because it's expensive, I'm going to get my money's use out of it. Just now I realized that's another reason why I like having a small collection, because my face palettes, the Hourglass, the Haus Labs, those things are expensive. And so making sure, you know, I keep them in rotation, and because I don't have a lot of blushes, highlighters, and bronzers, everything is sure to get used, and so I do feel good about that. And so that's another advantage of having a smaller collection, whether it's expensive or not, because even if it's not expensive, you still want to use what you have and not just buy stuff and it just sits there and it's not being used. But I realized, you know, there is another benefit to not having a large collection. I mean, if you balling like that, and even if you are balling like that, you know, I wouldn't want you to feel like you've ever wasted your money, or you use something once or twice and that's it, and it cost you, you know, $90 for a palette, or $80 for a palette, or $40 for a blush. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, that's just a thought that I had a few moments before I actually said it, because the Hourglass one was 80 bucks. Yeah, I meant to say the Esum was 80 bucks, but the Esum was 80 bucks. Last year, I said that wrong. And last year, the Hourglass was 80 bucks or 85. This year, they're 90. And even my Pat McGrath stuff is like 30 something bucks for the bronzer and the blushes. But all right, so we're gonna dig into this palette. I have only a few brushes out. I'm hoping to keep things like super simple. You know what this looks like. I just really struggled with this palette. I don't know. And I think, well, you know, I'm gonna talk about it because after this video, we're going to do our monthly roundup, and this will be in the roundup. But this is what it looks like. And so today, we're not gonna use any of the greens. If this was just a quad, I would keep it if this was just a quad. I can honestly say that. So we're just going to do the same. Actually, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put these two here, maybe put this transition, but then that did kind of blend into my skin tone. So even though it's only a few shades, I do like how these four show up on me. The two greens, they show up the same, and these two are the ones that's kind of questionable. And so we're just going to just do these four today. So it's going to look similar to yesterday's look, but I'm going to try and keep it simple. Put this on the lid, this on the inner lid, maybe brow bone, and we're just going to see. But I'm really feeling like I'm done with this palette. Or we could do, I don't know how this would look on the outer corner, and then just put this on the first portion of the lid. Look at my skin. My skin is looking good. Hydration and skincare, y'all. So I think I might want to try that. We're going to do this because I don't think I've used the orange on half the lid. And I don't have a lot of time to keep sitting here going back and forth. And you guys don't need to be here for that process either. So we're just going to put this on. And also, I had a lot of fallout yesterday, and even though I tapped off, I was like, why do I have all this fallout under my eye? So that kind of surprised me too. But the shadows work so well. Oh my gosh, like it is just so well. This is a simple look because this shadow, this shade, yeah, this looks good on my complexion. And of course, I like darker and smokier. Maybe I'll use the brown just a little bit in the outer corner, because y'all know I want something darker than this. Y'all know I do. But this just looks nice though. So yeah, we're just using the same brushes we normally use. I was thinking about that too. It seems like I use the same brushes, but that's because I have more than 3 or 4 of each. If I like a brush, I buy more. And it's always during a sale, so I don't pay full price for brushes. And the Fenty website, I think I want some more of these, the 230s. Is that what it is, the 230? Yeah. Even though I don't like that they stain, and so 2 of them I did get rid of after I've had probably like 5 or 6 years. But I have 4 left, and I realized the other day I was looking for another one, and I'm like, what? I only got 4? And so, not that I need more brushes, but when I'm doing multiple colors and I do switch brushes between each color, it does come in handy to have that same brush that I like and that I'm using. This side, I'm coming down further than the other side because it just looks darker. I think it's my lighting. So we're going to bring this down here as well. So, but this is really just simple, really easy. I'm debating on whether or not to put my contacts on after I finish my makeup. So I don't know. It depends on if I think I can get them in and my eyes not tear, because then that will just ruin my makeup. But I've done it before. This side is just looking different. The shape on this side is Like, there's a hook right here. I don't know what's happening. I know whatever it is because I'm doing it. I just don't know, like, why this is happening. I don't understand what I'm doing that this is doing this. And it might just be the angle of my wrist. So that might just have to stay like that. Yeah, so this side, it's like a peak right here. You know what? If it comes out busted, then I'll just wear my glasses because that'll help camouflage. So I'm bringing this further out because this just seems like it's way out and this side doesn't. It can be challenging, like getting eyeshadow to look symmetrical. It never is, and it never is just because my eye shape is not symmetrical. But you can finagle, and if you have the skill set to still make it look the same, even though it's really not, so it just kind of tricks the eye. But I think that's what we're going to do with that. Are these two even as far as where the orange ends? I think so. This would be an easy one and done. I don't do one and dones. I don't do two and dones, which is my struggle with when I'm looking at palettes. There is quite a bit of kick up in this pan. I was gonna blow it off, but I'm not. Part of me is thinking, do I want to just take the yellow and see? But we're going to take this shade. That first shade was Disintegration. Now we're going to take Gloom. We're going to take this one. This is the metallic on this side of the pan. And we are going to press and pull just very lightly. Oh my gosh. Excuse me for smacking my teeth. How did I forget that this was a dark shade? I just put this here yesterday inside of the orange. Y'all, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, how this little palette gives me problems. It is so cute. I think in my mind, I was thinking put a shimmer here. And that's the only shimmer on this side of the palette. The shimmer on the other side of the palette is the green. So I think that's what my thought process was. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that yellow and put on top of this brown. I thought it was going to be simple. So we're going to take this yellow, which is Enlightenment, and we're just going to, this little palette, ooh, that looks grungy. This is like a puke green. Wow. You know what? That almost looks like what this shade is. Look at that. Wow. I don't like it. You know, I do, but I don't. It's reminding me of a look. Not the exact look, but it's reminding me of something similar that I did with Forest Heart palette. Is there an orange in that palette, or am I like half asleep and just talking out of my ear? Let me look really quick, because I don't know. I'm tripping because I don't need to be doing all this in the video. Yeah, it does have these shades in here. This is the Forest Heart palette. So this can substitute for that. And even though this isn't that pukey green, maybe layered over something, over this one maybe. It might be that color green. This is grungy. You know what? This is helping me out because if these shades in here that I'm using are dupable, sorry for elbowing you in the face, then that'll help me feel better about letting this palette go. It is a really nice palette though. Talking about Swamp of Sorrows, this one. But so I'm gonna take some more of that yellow and we're gonna pull it over. So we're overlapping more than just that brown, which was Gloom. This is a very easy look. How come I didn't just do this before? Because the other looks I've done, they were a little out there, even for Trollville. But this is simple. I still want, damn it, I didn't bring another. We're going to use the Hourglass brush because I only brought brushes that I thought I was going to use because they're all in the kitchen. And actually, they were dry, but I didn't put them away because I was rushing. We're going to take this brown. Or do we want to take a green? This is just It's not much to choose from, so why am I struggling so much? We're going to take it brown. We're going to take Blackthorn. I don't want to take Blackthorn because we used that yesterday. Let's take Solitude, this shade here. That's going to look funky next to that orange. Oh, Lord, help me. And we're just going to sweep this over the orange. Oh. Okay. I like that. Did I say this was called Solitude? This shade? I'm doing a lot of layering, y'all. Like, I am doing a lot here. That just gathered in my crease, which was strange. Because it should have just slid right over top of that orange. I like this look. I like it. All right, let's finish up the other side. And we are overlapping the first half of the lid. Now we're going to do the outer corner. And we are just lightly feathering. It's not taking much to place and blend this because we're layering it over other shadows. And I'm not seeing a lot of fallout. I'm not seeing any fallout, which is great. I do have some foundation and primer left on that little palette that I used in case I did need to clean up. But I don't think I'm going to need to do that. Uh-oh, I just made that too dark. Shit. I just made that too dark right here. Shit. Is it passable? I'm going to have to do this side too dark just to make it look even. Shit. I was doing so well. Shit. Okay. So now I feel like I need a brow bone shade, which I don't really have one, because I'm not sure what this will look like. Do we want to put that up there? No, because that's going to be too monochromatic. So we could go back and put this for brow bone. Let me take a brush. No shadow on it. Yeah, I only brought over here the brushes that I intended to use. And so that's what I was looking at here. And I'm like, okay, I don't have a brush here for this right here that I'm doing. So I had to pull one from over there, which is where my brushes are stored, where my eye brushes are stored. So we're just trying to blend this out because I made it too dark by accident. I like this look. This is definitely Swamp Water. It's making me think of the Natasha Denona Yucca palette, only because of the colors of it, but this is not a Yucca palette look that I have done that I remember. And I'll say no, because there was always a shimmer somewhere on the lid, and this is for the most part some metallic, pukey look, which I do like. It is Swamp Water. It's definitely Swamp Water. If I can get this blended, then I may not feel the need to. I'm going to take this brush because it's tapered, and we're going to go into Enlightenment. If I really don't want to put this up here, but this line is a little harsh, and this just really just kind of blends in, and I don't want it to turn muddy. I'm just tapping just a tiny bit, and I'm tapping off because I don't want this to look monochromatic. And I noticed that yesterday when I did the look that it was looking monochromatic. I got to get out of here. I got to be out the door in about 30 minutes, and I need to get gas, and I haven't even eaten yet. So I'm trying to think. I might just want to pick up something to eat on the way. That's what I'm trying to think of. So we're going to go in small circular motions, which I don't know if it's a good idea because it'll travel upward this shadow, which is kind of just blending in. I don't want this to look up, I don't want this to look like one shade all the way up to my brow bone. And that's where a lighter color would come in for under my brow bone. I'm thinking we're just going to leave it like this because, yeah, just because. So that is that. We're going to put on our lower lash line, whatever I grab. It's not even open yet. This is a blue. Whatever I grab, then I'm being picky. This is Sephora Collection Retractable Eyeliner. The shade is Matte Terracotta. We're going to put this on my lower lash line. And I think I'm just going to blend it out. I think it's rainy today too, so that's going to affect how my face looks. Well, if it's just misty out, it won't affect my makeup much, because that'll just kind of be like spraying my face very lightly with a setting spray or a finishing spray or makeup refreshing spray. But if it's like pouring down raining, it's going to mess up my face. Unless I wear a hoodie and walk with my head down so that my face doesn't really get wet. So this is, we're going to put this here. I think I just want to blend this out. So I do have, I'm going to use a more stiff brush than this one. We're going to take this brush. This is a Makeup Forever smudge brush. And we're going to just smudge that out. But I think I'm going to just leave this like this. I do kind of want to put a color under here, but I also don't want to mess up the look. So this is smudged out. This is not smudged out. It kind of looks the same, right? I'm wondering what that green would look like under here, that light green. But then I don't want to have another oh shit moment. Yeah, I like how this looks blown down, but this I like too though. So you don't necessarily have to blend out your gel liner. And then when I did place it, I did bring it down a little further. I didn't keep it like super tight near my lower lash line. So this brush works really well for this, as you see. I like this. Okay. This brush we didn't use. I do kind of want to put color under there, only because I'm used to putting color on my lower lash line, but then I don't want to do too much. So we're not. We're going to just leave it. In a way, it's making me look sick, but in a good way, I think. So let me keep that there for the flat lay. We're going to use the red eyeliner. I don't want to use the red eyeliner. You know what I have not used in a long time is Contemplative State, that I used to use a lot. And so now I'm wondering, like, do I want to use Contemplative State or do I want to use Couture? So let's see what they both look like, even though that red would be popping. That red would seriously be popping. So this is Couture, which is more punchy because it's more bold than Contemplative State. Contemplative State is safe compared to Couture. We're going to use Contemplative State because I haven't used it in a while. There was a time when I felt like I was using it a lot. Let me put this melt brush away, and we're going to take this brush that I don't like. This hard brush from TJ Maxx Marshalls. This is a Zoeva brush. And it is a number 316. I got it because it was thin and pointed. I just hit my oh my gosh, this is already thicker than I want it to be. Excuse me for smacking. There's just certain sounds that to me just grate my nerves. I can deal with, you know, nails on a chalkboard. That doesn't bother me, surprisingly. But when I hear like smoke detectors beeping, that bothers me. It like hits a nerve in my ear, the tone of it. And when people smack their teeth or smack their lips, it just does something. And I know it's just how the sound just hits whatever in my ear and how the sound travels through my whatever you call it. But those sounds, or if someone has like a nasally voice, and I know they can't help it, but it's just the way that sound hits my ear that I'm just like, I just can't. But give me nails on a chalkboard any day, all day, and I'm cool. But other sounds, and I think it's just the pitch of it, where it just hits my ear a certain way, and I'm just like, no, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I think I'm about to mess up my liner. We're just going to keep that just like that, nice and small, because that's my comfort zone. And I'm leaving, which it doesn't matter. because anything goes at the Playhouse almost. Oh boy, at least you know what? I feel good being back to wearing makeup, because for a long time, since like 2020, I'm like, why put on makeup? I'm gonna have a mask on. But I am back to, as you see, even wearing makeup down at the Playhouse. So this is what we got, and I'm not sure if I'm going to wear my glasses or not, because my eyes are still tearing, as you see. They're not tearing, but they're still just glassy. Excuse me. So now, all right, this is the Haus Labs. I do really like this powder. When I first got it, actually it was gifted to me. When I first got it, I was just like, I don't know about this powder, because it was, to me, it made my under eyes look funky. But then the more I used it, like, the more I actually was like, you know, this is a good shade for me, and the shade is golden. And you only actually need a little bit. It does go a long way. So we're just going to help the foundation dry down quicker. It was just about 100% dry. But because we got to go, we're going to help it along, just drying it down. So I also feel good about being back to doing videos, because I do miss interacting with y'all. I do. Interacting in the comments and seeing what you guys are saying, what your thoughts are about certain things. I don't know why that felt like that wasn't dry, but it was. So this is the Haus Labs, what is it called? Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder, and the shade is in golden. You know what? That foundation wasn't dry, because I can see a line like right here, like where the powder is and where it's not. And I think that's where it was catching. Do I need to put more of this on? And so for under eye, yeah, it's not always good under eye. And you know what, I think it might depend on the foundation that I'm wearing. Because like now, my under eyes are looking a little dark. And I think that might have been what I was seeing with this powder before. When I first got it, I was just like, I don't know about this. So I think it has to do with the foundation. We're going to take this brush and be lazy. We're going to take the Esum. We're going to take this shade. We're going to put that under here. And then we're going to just go down the line. And we're going to put this here. Hopefully this will balance out where the powder is looking a little funky. I'm going to bring this down. We're going to put this here. And we still are going to use Haus Labs bronzer highlighter, excuse me for smacking. And we're going to take this one and Haus Labs blush. So we're just putting on a bunch of stuff. I don't know, I do kind of want to wear my contacts, but because I'm thinking too, like, what am I going to be doing later today? Because my contacts help me see distance. And so if I'm going to be doing a lot of reading, then I'm going to have to put my reading glasses on if I have my contacts in. But it's kind of, it doesn't really seem to make a difference though, because if I wear my glasses, I take them off to read. Where if I have my contacts in, then I got to put my reading glasses on to read. So either way, I'm still wearing glasses. But I will say I do like having my contacts in when I'm driving, because that's all distance that I need to see. And I don't see the bar from the arm on my glasses. So that's why I like wearing my contacts when I'm driving. And now are we going to use the same brush? Yeah. This is the one we use for the setting powder. We're going to go into Golden Pyrite. This highlighter from Haus Labs. Watching Lady Gaga's video, I think it was on the Sephora channel on YouTube. She was using different ones of her highlighters. Like one for highlight, one for like a blush, one to kind of contour, even though these are like all shiny. But it had me thinking like, do I want to get more? And I'm like, no. No. Because I have two Pat McGrath, well, let me see. No, one Pat McGrath highlighter. And I have the Hourglass highlighter. So I'm like, I don't need to have multiple colors of these highlighters just used for blushes and all of that stuff. I picked this one up at random. This is Hibiscus Haze. Haven't used this one in a while. And I do believe this was the first one that I purchased. I just love this formula. there's no kick up. You know, I'm just tapping in like there's no kick up. It is so smooth. They blend really easy. I really like this formula. And I love that the PAO is 24 months. Look at so even though I am like layering, like look at this. You know what I'm wondering now is like, does Haus Labs have a setting spray? Since I'm using like a bunch of the powders, the highlight, the bronzer, and get ready to put the blush on next. This is the blush. Get ready to put the bronzer on next. I don't know what I'm talking about, y'all. And the only bronzer I have is medium level 7. So we're going to just take this same brush, and I am just tapping lightly, just the tip of it, and we're putting that in the hollow of the cheeks right here. I'm going to take a little bit here. Oh my gosh, I just really like this. Let me know if you get excited about your makeup, like how I'm sitting here like, wow. And my face, you know, I see my face lighting up. I can feel my cheeks puffing up because I'm smiling. Like, this is just a good feeling. Let me know what in your collection gives you this response, where you just put it on and you're like, I didn't come down far enough right here because I see a line. So we're going to, you know what, I should just take more of, that Esum. You know what we're going to do? This is nice though. So it is there. Well, excuse me. What we're going to do, we're going to take Dim Light from this nice big fluffy brush. Dim Light from Hourglass. And this, I do use this as a finishing powder. It is an elephant palette, but I wanted a bigger one because look at this. You see how big this brush is? Look at this. And because we're doing the whole face, I can do it quicker. So you see how this looks now. When you put this on to finish the face, it just blends everything together. I don't put this one under my eyes. Soft Light from Elephant palette, I do put under my eyes as an under eye powder, but this one, the tone is a little bit off for me to use this for under eye. So this I use for the face. I do like Radiant Light under eye and for finishing powder, and it is a finishing powder. But if I put a lot, that has more sheen to it than Dim Light. Excuse me. And so when I go outside, sometimes I look like one of the Cullens if it's a sunny day. But Dim Light, I can just keep going because it doesn't have that sheen that Radiant Light has. And Radiant Light is radiant because it's called Radiant Light, and Dim Light is dim. And so you see how that did just balance that out. Oh my gosh, y'all. I don't want to, but we're going to use, yeah, I was going to say I didn't do mascara yet. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Set Refresh Spray. Woo, woo, woo. Ooh, ah. Do I need to press anything in? So this is the brush we use for Dim Light. We're just pressing, excuse me for that nasty sounding sniffle thing. But look, oh, do I want to even do mascara? Let's just, this is what I grabbed. You know what? No, I'm gonna do another declutter, and I'm trying to decide whether, this is Hella Thick from Fenty. I'm trying to decide whether or not to do it as a live. And if I do, I think it'll be before this video. It'll be done before this video. I need to start looking at when other people are doing lives, because it seems that when I do one, I'm like, oh man, so-and-so I watch is doing one right now too. Or if I do a premiere, I'm like, oh my gosh, so-and-so's doing a live right now. And some of our audience does overlap. And I'm like, I want to see their video, but then I'm like, I'm doing a live, or I got to be at my own premiere. And so I'm saying that to say what I started to say was to look and see, because it seems most people, they do their lives with a few that I noticed it'll be like the same day, like every Thursday at 9 o'clock or like something like that. I think I've done lives and premieres on Thursdays and on Mondays, I think. But both times it was like, oh man, so-and-so is doing such and such this right now too. But then I know you can't see everybody all the time. And with lives, you can catch a replay. With a premiere, you can catch a replay. But it's just something about being there in that moment, you know, chatting in real time, that is very exciting. And it makes the time go by faster too. So this is hella thick mascara. I like this. I'm gonna just put on a gloss because, as I said, I have not eaten yet. So whatever I put on my lips is gonna come off. I'm gonna just slap this on. Yo, my face is looking good. I'm still like about the look because this is 3 different shades, but they're all layered. It is a pretty look, but this color I can get from Forest Heart palette. I do like it though. It was very simple, very easy. So now I'm questioning, like, do I want to see it? But then I have to layer 3 shades to get this shade when I can do this with something else. I'm gonna keep thinking about that. But I'm gonna just go ahead and put this on just because. No, we're not. We're gonna take this one. Only because it's darker, but it's coming right back off. Oh shoot, I got to go. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up something to eat on the way. Make it gas, pick up something to eat, and eat it while I'm driving. And so that's what we'll do. I think I might even take this gloss with me. If it's crowded, I will be wearing my mask. If it's only a handful of people, I won't, because then I'll just stay away from people. But this is the look that we have, y'all. We did it somewhat quicker than usual. I'm really digging it. So let me know what you think. I'm just excited about these products. Like this, I'm still, but I do really like this look. But the Haus Lab stuff, the Esum thing, dim light, this just works. And we didn't go crazy with the liner. The lip is plain because what I want to do really is just do like a dark lip. This would be nice, this purple. Do I want to take this with me? No, because I'll take it and then I won't use it. But this is nice. I've been loving just green and purple lately. I'm starting to babble. I'm going to go. Thank you for being here. Let me know what in your collection gets you excited, even if you haven't used it for a little while. When you put it on, you're like, oh, girl, you look good. Damn. What gives you that reaction? That's the question for this video. Thank you so much for being here. If you made it this far, click thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, I would love if you did that too. If you're interested in joining, there's a link for that. There's a lot of links below for a whole lot of stuff. As always, self-acceptance and self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.